Now, let's talk about why is a math contest important. So, develop logical thinking and problem solving skills. Math contest question, I can tell you, is about 90 to 95% of the questions are thinking and application. So it's very hard to prepare for it because um, you cannot do repetition of practice and to be really good at it. You need to really understand the content and to apply and to maybe apply some more to be good at it. And math contests can also help students develop confidence in math problem solving. So the way I look at math contests is that if the if your child or the student is younger, and math contest is the way to help this student or child develop understanding and applying technique and thinking. Let them think independently. Okay, do not they need to go through the process of thinking to realize what I need to do next, and maybe try the option one, try option two, try option three, and they'll figure out, okay, uh, option two is the best. So independent learning is very important. For older student like grade 12, grade 11 student, probably math contest is more like a bonus for their application for university. Um, which is true, but um, you cannot be get really good at math contests over a very short amount of time. So you can't say I've never done any math contest before and now I'm grade 12. I'm just gonna do it this year and I'm gonna be the top, 1% of Ontario. It's relatively difficult. It's relatively difficult because math content does take time to prepare and to get better at. So in the long run, I think it's you have to start early on, and and that will take you to the right position to challenge for a harder contest for grade 11 and grade 12, and that will give you additional boost in your university application. Now, let's talk about university application for a little bit. Now, as you probably already know, there are many mathematic contests in Ontario. The one that is very important are Waterloo mathematic contest, and then maybe some of the one that hosts by University of Toronto. They're very standardized. So what that means is uh, even if you go to a high school that the teacher marks unfairly. So for example, because you could have your child or the teacher could be very harsh marking. So you could probably only get 80% in the school, but you could get 90% in the other school. But a math contest is run every year and everyone gets the same contest. So if you score at a certain mark, and university does recognize that mark because that proved to me that you actually have ability, you're really good in math. So a mathematic mark being marked unfairly probably would not be look as that significant. So it's definitely very good in terms of marking if your child or the student is in a school that is very tough in math marking, and being part of the math contest and be able to score really good, that prove that this student is good in math and has a potential in math. And uh, in terms of, does math contest give bonus mark? Now, I don't speak for any university, and the university will definitely not reveal uh, what kind of bonus, what kind of mark they add on to the student. But I can tell you that in able to be to get recognized by the university, you had to score pretty high. So in terms of Waterloo, let's just take Waterloo for example. Waterloo Euclid math contest, the grade 12 math contest. There is something called the uh, honorable mention, which is usually the top 100 participant, sometimes like 100 to 150. And these students, their name, their school will be listed on the Waterloo website. So you can find these students. And these students are usually about the top 1% or even less. So if you can get onto that, and this is something that university will definitely look at. And even though you could be, the student would be probably worse in English, worse in other subject, this can definitely work as a bonus for sure. The second type of recognition by math contest is a certificate, which a certificate is given out by University of Waterloo as well, being a top 25% of the student. Okay, so you had to score a certain mark to get the certifications, and I think certification will also help as a standardized score that you are on the top 25%, and your math mark really means that you're good in math. So I think these are the very good indicator of why you should participate in contests. Two goals. One is to get the certificate, which means top 25%. Two is get to the top 1%, which is very difficult. Most people need to prepare for this since younger age. So to do that, you need like a much longer long-term planning. But that will probably almost guarantee you into math programs, right? I cannot guarantee that, but if you're in the top 1% in Ontario, you know, any math program will be happy to have you. So lastly is find challenges and goal setting. So every student has different goal. So some student might be better in math, some are worse in math, but it doesn't matter. Participating in a contest, you have to set a goal for yourself. You know, don't look at other people. Don't look at people who is really good at math. Say, oh, he scored 100 points and I can only score, 50. You score 50 this time, you had to set your goal for the next contest to be a bit higher. And over time, you will improve. And that is a great way to gain confidence. And as you gain confidence, because you participate in these contests, it will essentially benefit you in your academic math, which I think is very important. So let's just go over some of the math contests that you can find in Ontario. So there's AMC, which is run by U of T, I believe, grade 10 and grade 12. A and B, just different test paper, but they are the same level. Pascal Fryer is grade 9. And then we have the equivalent for grade 10, and Fermat, Hypatia, grade 11. These are all Waterloo, and Euclid is Waterloo as well for grade 12. And there's Canadian Intermediate Math Contest, CIMC and CSMC. So these are for grade 9, 10, and grade 11, 12. Both can take them. Also run by University of Waterloo. So last week, I believe, Pascal, Kaylee, and Fermat was just done last week. So that there is a set of grade 9, 10, 11 math contests in February. And then the next set of grade 9, 10, 11 math contests will happen in April. So if your child wanted to register, you have to most likely register in March sometimes, and then be able to participate in the ones in April. Euclid is grade 12, okay, is run separately, but this one is also happening in April. So registration deadline is also in March, okay. CIMC, CSMC already done in November. It's always the November of every year. Okay, so there are also other open contests you can participate, and then also computation challenges. But if you're more focused on doing the contest and boost your application for university, then probably these Waterloo math contests or AMC are the way that to go. If you are more into very competitive math, then you wanted to do COMC. So this is the Canadian Open Mathematics Challenge, because the top 50 participant, I think, can qualify for Math Olympian representing Canada. So if you want to be very competitive, then being an open contest is the way to go. Okay, so these are just some important dates. I just cut the copy paste the page down the Waterloo website. You can also find that information on their website. So the next sets is the grade 9, 10, 11 in April 14th. That's when it's going to happen. Okay, a Euclid is going to be April 7th this year. All right.